Hi, so in this video, I'm going to quickly show you how to use drAAft, the mod, website, all that stuff. It's actually really simple, so we'll just get right into it. So the first thing you need to do to use drAAft, of course, is to do your draft. So the entire concept of drAAft is that you draft bonuses, and then you play in all advancements seed. So here we have the draft window. It's at disrespect.tech/draft. With two A's. You can also go to draft.disrespect.tech. And what you're going to want to do is enter in the player names for every single person, the in-game Minecraft name, for every single person you've got going on in this draft. So for example, if I was playing against Pac-Man MVC, I would enter desktop folder, and then we'll put in Pac-Man MVC. And now we can click to start the draft whenever we want. Draft, if you do one player, will allow you to pick any number of bonuses from each pool. You can pick as many as you want and then click download data pack to get just that many bonuses if you want to practice, that kind of thing. With two players, it will allow each of us to take 2 picks from each pool. With 3 or 4 players, it'll allow each of us to take 1 pick from each pool. We're going to go with a 2-player mode because I think that's probably the most easy to get into because you don't need that many people to do it. So we'll click to start the draft. And as you can see, the first player you enter, you choose who you want to enter. It's not random, but the first player you enter will get first pick. So I can pick from any of these pools. For example, I can pick pickaxe, or I can pick adventuring time, or I can pick fire res, that sort of thing. I'm just going to quickly simulate a draft. So we go through here. So the next pick is Pac-Man MVC, second pick. And now after this, Pac-Man gets another pick. So in 2-player mode, and this is technically the way that it always works, it's snake draft, but in 2-player mode, what snake draft ends up being is that the first pick gets first pick, and second pick is the first person to get 2 picks in a row. But after that, every single person just gets 2 picks in a row. So Pac could pick again, he could pick chestplate. And as you can see, we have a highlight here. And this shows me that now that it's my pick again, this highlight shows, okay, I've already picked one from here. I can only pick one more from tools. If I pick another one, you can see now that the highlight gets darker. So I can no longer pick from this category. As you can see, if I click, it doesn't do anything. So I can pick again, and we'll just go through here real quick, just simulating a draft. All right, and this is the last pick for Pac, and then the last pick for me. And now we're done. So the draft has been completed. And as you can see on the left, we have a list of every single thing each player drafted. And then there's a bunch of things here that's additional at the end. And that's because every single thing that doesn't get drafted, so that's 1 thing from biomes, 1 thing from armor, 1 thing from the multi-parts, and then 2 from tools, early game, and misc. These things are all just given to every single player. So this is the same in no matter how many players you have. When the draft ends, anything that wasn't drafted goes to all of the players. So we all have to pick 2 things from each category for the draft to end, but then we get the rest of the stuff as well. So I would get Mega Taiga, Snowy, and Mesa, Pac would get Jungle, Mushroom, and Mesa, that sort of thing. And of course, you can hover over each of them to see what they do. For the most part, it's pretty intuitive, but some things aren't quite as intuitive. For example, Mega Taiga gives you Sweet Berry and Fox in order to do like a bit of balancing for that biome because it's not very useful otherwise. Anyways, up here we have some information. So we give you the seed, and you can click here to copy the seed to your clipboard. And we give you the seed filter info. This is all the information on the seed, on how the seeds are filtered for. So just like in FSG, you probably want to use this information to better understand like the seed before you play it. Obviously, this isn't dependent on the seed you're playing. It's just all the seeds that we will generate for you conform to this set of specifications. After that, you're going to have to download the data pack. So the way that this works is that we have the website, the data pack, and the mod, and you need all 3 in order for you to do a proper draft run. We've already used the website here to do our draft. Now we will download the data pack for each player. So for example, I would download this one, and it says draft_desktopfolder.zip, and I would download packs as well. It's important to note that because I'm the one doing the draft, I would be sharing my screen to Pac, and Pac would be telling me what he wants to pick. You can't share a draft with another player. Like you can't generate a URL and send it to them or anything. It's purely like one person does all the picks and they just share their screen. So then of course there's the name in the download so that you know who to send the data pack to. Then you're going to want to click on mod download, download the latest version of the mod. For example, draft 1.7.3. Don't download the sources, download the non-sources version. The sources, that's not what you want. And then we are going to go ahead and open that up. So here we have my mods folder. As you can see, I have draft 1.7.2. That's an old version of the mod. So I'll go ahead and download this. And then for my mods folder, I'll take the draft mod and copy it into my, for From the downloads folder, I'll copy it into the mods folder of my instance. Now that I have both the data pack, which I will grab over here. So I'm just going to put the data pack in here just so we can see it. But of course, you don't want to put the data pack into your mods folder. That doesn't do anything. We can boot up the game. So let's grab the drAAft instance, which is where I put the drAAft mod. So what we want to do now is create a new world with the data pack. So what we're going to do is click single player, create a new world, set the difficulty to easy. Here we would paste in our seed. I think this is the seed that I had. And then over here, we're going to click done. We go over here to data packs, click on data packs. And then very simply, this is why I put this over here, so it's easier to do. We're going to drag this into the Minecraft window. Click yes. And it's available under available. I guess that is pretty obvious. We're going to click this to move it over to selected. And now that it's here, we can click done. The data pack has been validated, and I can create a new world. Perfect. And as you can see, everything that I drafted is given to me. All this is just done through the data pack. So if you don't add the data pack, you won't get all of this stuff. It's very useful. And we've got a village over here. And according to the rules of the seed filter, we should be able to find our pause temple somewhere over here. Yeah, that's most likely the intended temple. There's a couple other things that the seed filter gives us. For example, this is most likely our intended outpost. And there's guaranteed to be a monument somewhere near spawn, within, I think, 1,000 blocks of 0, 0. Anyways, that's about it. I think we've pretty much gone over everything that you would need to do a drAAft game yourself. I hope you enjoy playing this with your friends, and have a nice day.